It had always been a really interesting concept to take filmmaking out to places where people just couldn't access those sort of skills. People in the bush are often natural storytellers, and so to get an opportunity to be able to tell their story on film was such a great, positive scenario.
It started from very small beginnings. It grew in terms of how many communities were impacted.
Just to see all these people just having so much fun, laughing at themselves and laughing at other people.
What was fantastic about the roadshow films is that they could cover a whole lot of different genres, from comedy to drama, animation, music videos. It didn't have to be traditional.
It's a good show because it's starring everyone that you know.
It's a perfect example of a program delivering what it said it wanted to do and then being able to hold it up as a case study and a testament to other good programs.
So the Making Movies Roadshow is a filmmaking workshop which travelled to remote locations around Western Australia. We take 3 professional filmmakers.
And the idea is that we'd rock up into a community with everything you'd need to make a film within 5 days.
And teach people about film and all the things that sort of, all the aspects of filmmaking.
Typing on the thing.
Making Movies Roadshow is an opportunity for people who have never had an opportunity with film to get involved in the fantastic medium.
Our role primarily is through support, financial support, but further to that, what we've also done in the communities where we have a presence, we've helped the FTI guys create some of the links with our community partners. So when they roll out the Roadshow program, they're able to work within the community.
Instead of just sitting in a boardroom classroom environment and trying to sort of drum into people who've never had experience with media, we'd actually make 3 films.
The roadshow actually pretty much went everywhere. We covered all the different regions of WA, so it could be as close as Bunbury, or probably the furthest one that we did was Balgo, and that took us 5 days to drive there. You know, driving right up the guts of Western Australia as a filmmaker with peers was great fun. Working for the Roadshow was the first time that I'd worked with an Indigenous community and the first time I'd worked with remote communities. So it was a real baptism of fire for me. I had to learn a lot very quickly about how things worked when there's not a lot of resources around.
And it's just a huge amount of operations that go into just going out to one community.
By the time you actually arrived in the community, a number of things might have changed.
Sometimes, you know, there's been a funeral or, or mum wants to go to town or something's gone on, there's no one around.
Sometimes we'd have to drive around and inspire people to come and join in the fun.
Eventually you'd get a core group of, say, 15 people, and then you would basically start the project.
We tried to make our first day quite visible within the community, make sure everyone could see what we were doing and that they were free to come and down and have a look and have a play around with the cameras.
We'd sort of show some roadshow films to start with, and that would sort of get people interested, and they'd often go, "Hey, that's my cousin, you know, that's Aaron," or, you know, they'd get all excited and they'd actually see that other people were doing it.
And because of the nature of Indigenous communities moving between places, a lot of the time they'd seen some of these films already, or they'd know people who were in those films. So that helped to kind of break down any barriers or any shame, and then people would get kind of stuck into it.
For Western Australia, it really was that opportunity for those communities that can't get the services that are available in Perth to experience the film and TV industry.
And the thing that we really loved about the program was that Making Movies Roadshow was the ability for people in regional and remote communities to tell their own stories.